What episode is this? Hey, welcome to the Creepy Villain MMA show. This is episode 5. This week we're going to do news, which there actually hasn't been that much news. We're going to do a preview of UFC Versus on 4, and then we're going to do the review of Strikeforce because you don't have to do the Cinnamon Challenge, and he doesn't think he's going to be able to talk afterwards. Cinnamon Challenge sucks. Ooh. So, the big news so far is Nate Diaz versus Takanori Gomi. That should be a pretty good fight. Takanori Gomi has fought his brother, Nick Diaz, and it was an outstanding fight, one of the best on Pride. The MMA bill in New York wound up dying again, but I ain't too worried about it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to go through eventually anytime. Anyways, it's just going to take a little matter of time.
And we got a couple of guys got cut today. Kendall Grove got cut, former Ultimate Fighter winner. I didn't think he was developing as a fighter. He's a tall guy for middleweight, but
he didn't make any games. He's been a fighter since he was young.
Yeah, he can never beat those. Even like the
gatekeepers and stuff like that. He wasn't very good at beating the gatekeepers. Boy, this video is jumping a lot, so I'm sorry. And it's blurry. Also, Chuck O'Neal got cut, who sucked anyways. He shouldn't have been there.
Yeah. There's no point.
So, we're going to go on to the review of UFC Versus 4, which we have Michael Johnson's fighting, who just was on the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
He's okay. A little cocky. I hope he loses. He's going against Eduardo Palacio. Ricardo Lamas is fighting Matt Grice.
Matt Grice is a 3-time state wrestling champion.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good fight. Nick Lentz is going against Charles Oliveira.
Yeah, that's a good fight. Oliveira's really, really good at jiu-jitsu, and Nick Lentz is actually 5-0 or something like that in the UFC, and he's not even on the main card. So.
Yeah. And these are all going to be free on Facebook.
Yeah.
So check it out.
And they're on Sunday, not Saturday.
Yes, and it's also on YouTube. Charles Brenneman is going against TJ Grant.
That got scratched.
Oh, that got scratched. That's also the news that we didn't just say.
Yeah.
Daniel Ninja Roberts will be fighting Rich the Raging Bull Antonito. Jay Lau will be fighting Kurt the Warburton. What a stupid nickname. The War.
It's original.
Yeah. Jay Lau should have that fight pretty easily, I think.
Yeah.
Our picks are going to be on these here. Joe Daddy Stevenson versus Javier Showtime Vasquez. Joe Daddy Stevenson is on a 3-fight losing streak and lost 4 of his last 6. He's got losses to Danny Castilla, Matt Danzig, George Hip Hop Anonymous Sideropoulos, Dirty Diego Sanchez, but he's beaten good fighters like Nate Diaz and Spencer Fisher. He's a pretty good fighter.
Yep.
Javier Vasquez is 15-5. He's lost 3 of 5. So chances are that the winner or the loser of this is going to get cut, which is sad.
Yeah. But Vasquez did beat Pulver, so he has a chance.
That's a good one. Dan Pulver.
Yes. For my pick, I'm going to go with Joe Daddy. He's dropping down to 145, and I don't know, this could be a bad call, it could be a good call, but I'm going to have to go with he's going to get the win on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Joe Daddy, too. I think this will be a good move for him because I think the guys at 145 or 155 are just too big for him, and I think he's going to be his wrestling, and he really pushes the pace, and I think this will be a good move for him. So I'm going to pick him to win, too. Next fight is Tyson Griffin, who's 14-5. This is his first fight at 145 as well. He's also on a 3-fight losing streak with losses to Nick Lentz, Takanori Gomi, and Evan Dunham. He's going to be going against Manny the Anvil Gambarian, who is former tough participant. Yeah.
Actually, he won it.
Did he?
Yeah,
he beat Diaz.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, he beat Diaz. What? No.
His
Diaz.
shoulder got hurt.
Yeah, Diaz
won it. Wow, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
His loss is the Jose Aldo, but since he moved to 145, he's been on a tear. He beat Mike Thomas Brown, Leonard Garcia, He was doing really good strike force, WEC.
He also has a win over Jorge Santiago a long time ago.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, and so is Tyson Griffin. He has a win over Clay Guida. Yeah, I thought Guida won, but he has wins over T-Bow, Rafael Dos Anjos. Has a win over Uriah Faber, not in the UFC though, and win over Thiago Tavares. And so he's got some good wins. He's a good overall fighter, good, well-rounded, and I think I'm gonna have to go with Tyson Griffin on this one. I think he has way too more experience, and Manville, I don't know, his chin's kind of questionable, so I can't.
I agree. When he got knocked out by Rob Emerson by this little baby punch, I do question Manny's chin, but I think he's going to take it. He's ever since then he's been fighting great, and I'm going to pick him. He's just been on a tear, so I think he's going to keep going, and I think Tyson Griffin's going to be going bye-bye. But he has a good check there.
Yes. And onto the main card. You got Matt Mitrione.
Meathead.
Yes. Wisconsin boy fighting Christian Moorcraft. And Mitrione has wins over Kimbo Slice, Joey Beltran, and yeah.
Tim Hague,
yeah. But he's undefeated. So.
Yeah, and he's been showing huge improvements, and I think he's going to be pretty good. He's going against Christian Moorcraft, who beat Sean McCorkle, and he lost to Stephen Struve. So just for the mere fact that he lost to Stephen Struve, I'm picking Matt Mitrione.
Yeah,
and he's a Wisconsin boy, and I met him. We're pretty much best friends.
Yeah, I'm going with Mitrione too, because I do think he's improving a lot, but there's a lot of people who are saying he's like ranked really high, like one of them up to 13. I didn't like that too much.
He's not up there yet either.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I don't even know if he's in the top 25. I think you have to have more fights against tougher opponents before you start getting ranked that high.
Yeah.
But I think he will be.
Yeah.
I think he's good.
He's pretty
got
good.
natural ability. And his thing that he does on the MMA Hour, the Mitrione Minute, is hilarious. I wish he would do that for us in our garage.
I'm going to have to go with Mitrione.
Matt the Immortal Brown will be going against John Doomsday Howard. Matt Mitrione Brown. Matt the Immortal Brown is on a 3-fight losing streak. And he's lost to Brian Foster, Chris Lytle, Ricardo Almeida, and a bunch. But I like him a lot.
Yeah.
He
fights, you know.
Yes, his stand-up is outstanding. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Pete Sell.
Yep, he beat Pete Sell.
That was a fantastic fight.
Yeah.
He put on a Muay Thai clinic, and I felt bad for Pete Sell in that fight.
Yeah.
When he's in a stand-up, when he's on a stand-up and it's just a slugfest, he's awesome. And I love watching him fight. He reminds me of Ben Saunders in a way where I like watching Ben Saunders fight.
Yeah.
He's going against John Doomsday Howard, who's 14-6. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. Everyone seems to be on losing streaks on this one.
Yeah.
He lost to Thiago Alves and Jake Ellenberger.
Well, those are two pretty good
Yeah, those are pretty tough guys.
Brown has wins over Ultimate Fighter winner James Brooks, but Howard has wins over Dennis Hallman, Charlie Brenneman, and Daniel Ninja Roberts. And I'm going with Howard. He's a tough guy. His stand-up's okay, and his wrestling's pretty good. So I'm going to have to go with him on, controlling him on the ground.
He's a bigger guy, too, and more athletically gifted, so I think he's going to take it as well.
Yeah.
I just don't see Mitrione. Why do I keep calling him Mitrione?
I don't know.
I don't think the Immortal's going to have the ability to do it.
Yeah.
Next is going to be Czech Congo versus Pat H.D. Berry. Pat Berry is a hometown boy who trains out of Milwaukee with Duke Rufus. Whoa! Yes, I know. Czech Congo is, last fight was on a draw, which was garbage, yes. He's got losses to Miran Velasquez, and he's beaten Paul Buentello, recently. He's a pretty good stand-up kickboxer. Pat Berry's a good stand-up kickboxer who lost to Mirko Krokop. And then, but he beat the Executioner, who, if you're a heavyweight and you don't beat the Executioner, you should be tough.
Yeah. But Congo does have a win over Crow Cop, and he has wins over Hard on him. So yeah, it's pretty impressive. His striking's really good. His ground game, completely terrible.
It's gotten better.
Still terrible.
Yeah.
But I know Pat Barry's ground game might be even worse. So, but his kicks are just devastating. Go check him out on YouTube. They're like people just quit because of him getting the
leg kick. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it should be a good fight for a stand-up fight, but if someone takes this down,
it's gonna be Czech Congo's gonna win. Czech Congo's gonna take it down, and he's gonna ground and pound him. And
he has a good ground and pound. And but I'm going with Barry on this one. I could see this being
the fool.
Yeah, no, I could see this definitely being a highlight KO fight. I could see this being like another Crow Cop Gonzaga thing where just a highlight kick, but I could see either guy winning, but I'm going with Barry.
And Velasquez actually stood in trade with Crow Cop or Congo and did pretty good against them. So Pat Barry's stand-up is way better, and he could actually upset him. But I'm going to go with Congo. By taking him down. He's going to do the same thing that Crow Cop did, take him down and just submit him.
Yeah, and I don't like how Pat Barry wears his sunglasses upside down.
Yeah, put him the right way. That's stupid.
Yeah. If you're watching.
Yeah, which I'm sure you are, Pat. This one, next fight is tough for me. I still don't really know who I'm going to pick on this one. It's Nate the Great Marquardt versus Rick the Horror Story. This is Nate Marquardt's first fight at 170. He beat Dan Miller and Bruce Mahar, Paul Harris, who's tough opponent, and Damian Maia with that big knockout in like 7 seconds or whatever the hell it was. But he just got trouble with wrestlers like Yushin Okami and Shelton, and he's lost to them. Rick the Horror Story is just beat Thiago Alves, which was a huge victory.
Yeah.
He's on a killer tear. He beat Johnny Hendricks, Dustin Hazlett. I mean, he's just been destroying people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a hard time with this. I think Nate the Great should actually be called Nate the Good because he's really not great at anything. He's got good power, but I think
Nate the Good.
Yeah, Nate the Good. I don't know. I'll probably go with Story because I think he's on a tear, but I can see Nate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Rick Story.
See, yeah, I thought Nate was a huge middleweight, but I guess he was just walking around at like 185. So. And he says he's not gonna, gas out or anything, but yeah. But I'm gonna go with Nate Marquardt decision.
All right. Now on to the Strike Force review.
Really?
Yes. Delicious. Griggs wound up beating Overeem's older brother by pussy is how he beat him.
Yeah.
Overeem freaking tapped out because he was punched in the face. That was garbage, and you better get cut, Overeem. Daniel Cormier beat Jeff Munson by stand-up. That was a good fight. Outstanding fight was Masvidal versus Nunes. That was a bloody fight. Josh Barnett beat Brett Rogers like everybody thought he would because Brett Rogers is way overrated and he sucks. And Overeem beat Verdum by a freaking boring fight. And for getting 3 out of 5 wrong, and I got them all right. Cinnamon. It's delicious. There we go. Makes a strong boy. So
yeah, I'm down. Let's go.
Remember the horses over there? Yeah, well, it's
okay. That's a lot. That's a lot.
You're supposed to have a lot.
Holy fuck! No, not that much.
Yes, you're supposed to have a lot. Well, you can't do that. Now you have to get more.
No. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Okay. See that?
Cheers to you on the soup spoon. Eat up, bitch.
Alright.
I'm excited.
Not try this out.
I would try that at home. It's awesome. Eat. Don't. Okay. Oh, that smells so bad. Oh, my eyes.
You're the worst uncle ever.
Hey, hold on. Get the camera.
Oh, my God.
You're going to puke. Go outside, douchebag. All right. Look us up on Facebook, YouTube, and hopefully we get that website soon. That was fantastic. He sucks. He makes terrible decisions. And also, make us predictions on how he should get punished next week.